Hey guys, welcome back to the Ron Williams YouTube channel. Natural Mr. World, Natural Mr. Universe, and Natural Mr. Olympia. Look guys, today what I want to do is I want to do a motivational video. And the reason I'm doing this video is because I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that need a little motivation and they need that little boost. And hopefully you'll watch this video and this video will just give you a little more to move forward. Now, I'm easily motivated, guys. I mean, easily motivated. I'm self-motivated. I'm motivated by things that I see. If I see a guy going down the street and he's in a wheelchair, that motivates me. I look at him and I say, look at him. He's making it through life. And he has to be in a wheelchair, but he's still getting after it. I don't have to be in a wheelchair. I've got healthy legs and I'm strong. You know what? That motivates me. I'm going to do more because this guy, look at this guy. So, I can be motivated by a lot of things. And I hope that this motivates you. One thing I remember when I was probably 15 or 16 years old was the first time I started hearing this, may have been a little younger, but at least 15 or 16. I was told, you will be dead or in jail before you're 18. You are definitely going to prison and you'll definitely be shot down. You know, I was born and raised in the ghetto. And with that being said, guys, they were wrong. I'm 56 years old now, not dead nor in jail, but I was able to become Mr. Olympia, Mr. World, and Mr. Universe, natural bodybuilder of the decade. And I speak in multiple different venues and different places. I'm going to tell you something. When they said that I would be in prison or I would be dead, what they didn't understand was this. Even though I never was locked up behind bars, I was still in prison. I didn't go to jail like they thought I would, but there are more than one type of prison that we can be subjected to. One is we can be in prison in a relationship. Some of you are saying, I know what you mean right now, because you're in prison in your relationships. Some of us can be in prison in our own physical bodies. We're trapped inside and we can't seem to get out. Some of us, like me, I was imprisoned in my mind. I was imprisoned in my mind. So here's me right here, or we could say this is you, or it's me. But this is our prison, so we're in prison. And as long as we're in prison, we don't have our freedom, guys. We don't have our freedom to express ourselves, to be who we were born to be. Now, this is the hardest prison to break out of. When you go to prison physically, normally they give you a sentence. They give you a sentence and you say, well, I'm going to get out in 1 year. I'm going to get out in 5 years. But when you're in prison in your mind, you can remain there for the entirety of your life. You can remain there for the entirety of your life. Some people are imprisoned in the job that they do. They hate going to work, but they go every single day because of responsibility. But it's not what they want to be doing. They're afraid to get out of the prison. Now, let me tell you something. Here I am in prison in my mind. One day I decided I refuse to be in prison. I need to talk to the warden. But guess what? What I didn't know is I was the warden. I was the warden. I had the keys to get out of prison. I had the keys. All I had to do is take the keys, unlock the door, and come out of prison. But a scary thing about coming out of prison, guys, very, very scary. Because prison, once you've been there a while, it becomes comfortable. There's a code in prison. I learned the code of my prison. I become comfortable in prison. When I get out of prison, I don't know what that means. I don't even know, what does that even mean? I had a guy I'm also a pastor of a church. I had a guy who had gone to prison for some terrible things, and he was in prison 15 years. He got out 65 to 70 years old, and he had been in for 15 years. Guess what? He knew nothing about this computer world that we live in. He knew nothing about Instagram, Facebook. He didn't even own a computer, didn't know how to turn a computer on. The thing about prison is it becomes comfortable. When he got out of prison, he looked at the world, it was new. He had thoughts of his mind. I know what prison is like. It's comfortable there. I don't like it there, but I know how to survive there. I know how to get along there. I know the code there. So why don't I do something so that I can get sent back to my comfort zone? Why don't I do something to get sent back to my prison? So it takes courage, guys, to get out of prison, to come out, and then throw the keys away. There's no going back for me. All I know is forward. I don't know anything else. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but somehow, some way, I'm moving forward. But guess what? This here is what I know. Now the word know, if you look it up, it is an intimate word. In the Bible it says when Adam knew Eve, they had babies. Cain, Abel, and Seth. So there's some things in our life that we are intimate with. We know some things. Well, there's a problem with some of the things that we know. Because we know some things and we know so much that our heads are full that it stops us from believing. Because we already know. I don't need to believe in something because I already know. So I got to start believing again. I've got to start believing. See, if I say people are bad, life is bad, life is hard, and there's no way I can do this. There's no way I can do. Look, what I'm doing, I'm limiting myself. There's no way I can be Mr. Universe. Let me see, how many people are there in the whole world? Man, there's millions and millions of people, billions of people in the world. And me, Mr. Universe, look at me, this little ghetto kid. Someday I'm going to be Mr. Universe. There's no way that's going to happen. You know why? Because I know something. But there comes a time and a place where you become desperate. You become desperate and you want more. You say, I believe that I can do this. I refuse to stay where I am. I'm going to rise up and I'm going to move forward and I'm going to accomplish that job. I'm going to accomplish that goal that I have in bodybuilding. I'm going to accomplish that goal in relationship, whatever it is. We got to learn how to believe again. And so we've got to clear up some space in our minds because we know too much. Your knowing can limit you from believing, therefore can limit you from expanding. Hey guys, I want you to believe again. I'm believing right now. Just talking, I'm motivated. I told you it's easy to motivate. I sit up here and I motivated myself just now. I'm ready to go and believe big. I'm going to believe huge. You watch for me in the future and see what happens. God bless you till next time. What you want.